Hey all, welcome to Immersion Gaming and to my second attempt at a channel intro or a welcome intro to the channel. I did one originally when I first started the channel, which is going back about 3 months now, and obviously I was just starting out then. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I mean, I still am, but I had even less of a clue what I'm doing then. So I was never pleased with that video, to be honest. So I was always going to do a second take of it, and I thought, why not get it done today? So yeah, this is the second take. It's basically just a brief overview of the channel, what we're going to be featuring on the channel, what my plans are for the channel going ahead, a quick overview of me equipment that I use. And that's it. It's just to give you a quick idea of what we're all about here. So yeah, bear with us. We'll just get the opening video out of the way, and then we'll get straight on with the intro itself. So. Right then, welcome back. So yeah, Immersion Gaming. Right, so as you've guessed, it's a gaming channel where I'm going to be featuring PC games. Basically, I'm not just going to be featuring all and every type of game, because although I do play all types of games, and I enjoy every single one of them, so whether it be driving games, adventure games, first-person shooters, role-playing games, RPG, everything. I play all types of games, you know what I mean? But I think from a viewer perspective, to sit and watch a game and actually get into it and enjoy it and be immersed in the game, there's not many games I think that can hold a viewer's attention and them enjoy it as much as the person's playing it as some games. So the only games I reckon really that people are able to, as an audience, watch and enjoy are story-based games. Which is the only type of game I'm going to be featuring on the channel. I mean, you can see by the channel, the videos that I've gotten so far, they're all story-based games, and that's all I'm going to be sticking with, because I just don't see the appeal of watching somebody run around and shooting people or racing on a racing game and showing off your elite driving skills. I think fair enough playing them, they're absolutely awesome, I love playing them, but I think as a viewer to sit and watch that, it would only keep my attention for so long with that before I get bored of it. You know what I mean? So whereas these games that I'm featuring on here, the story-based games, they're more like films really, just obviously a bit longer. They're usually around 8-10 hours longer, these sort of games. So yeah, I usually get about 5 to 8 videos out of them, hour-long videos, because that's what I'm going to be sticking at, hour-long videos. So yeah, I mean that's if you're looking for like I say, for like things like Call of Duty and things like first-person shooters and stuff like that, this in the channel, what they're going to be on, this is strictly story-based games. So you're talking things like Heavy Rain, all of the Dark Pictures anthology games which I've just done, Beyond Two Souls, most of Quantic Dream and Square Enix sort of games. So yeah, I mean, that's the premise of the channel. Those are the games that I'm going to be featuring. I mean, like I say, you can have a look through the videos that I've put on so far, and they are like films. In fact, they're better than films because they're longer, they get a lot more content in them than films. So the stories tend to be much deeper and much better because they're not constrained to an hour and a half, 2 hours like films are. So yeah, that's the type of games I'm going to be uploading. The reason for the channel, my reasoning for creating the channel was, not everybody plays games for whatever reason. Do you know what I mean? It could either be you're no good at them, you never got into them, do you know what I mean? So you just never had the chance to enjoy the quality of some of these stories because you just don't play games. There's also the fact that to get gaming hardware these days is quite expensive. I mean, the games themselves are expensive. I mean, you can be talking 50, 60, 80 quid for a game these days, do you know what I mean? Which not everybody can afford, especially not at the moment with the prices that everyone's getting charged for everything. So yeah, that's another reason people might not be able to afford the equipment needed to play the games. Also, you have people that are actually disabled that cannot play the games as much as they'd love to. They might not have any arms or fingers or anything. They might be blind, do you know what I mean? Might be deaf. There's a whole myriad of reasons, disabilities that people could have why they won't be able to play games. So again, I don't see why them sort of people that are in that position should miss out on the quality of the story of these games. So that's another reason why I think one of the factors why I created the channel in the first place, because not everyone can play these games. Wow, spooky. So yeah, that's another reason. So yeah, I mean, it's just a place, a channel where everyone can go chill out with a brew or a beer or a biff or whatever floats your boat, sit down, relax and watch a film quality game. And I'm also uploading 2 of every game, every episode I do. So I'm going to upload one with commentary, not where I'm overly talking and just completely taking over the game and stopping people getting immersed in it, but just where I talk as I'm going through the game about the experiences and things that I'm noticing and things I've heard about certain things in the channel and things like that. But I'm also going to upload a second video of each game I do as well, which will be completely bare without any commentary at all, so you can just enjoy the game like a film with no talking over it. Because I know that from what I've seen on YouTube and stuff, it seems to be about 50-50 whether people like commentary or whether they don't. So I think the best way to deal with that, rather than just catering for one specific type of people, is just do 2. I know it's twice the work to having to edit and upload, edit and export 2 of every episode that I do, but for the extra hours it takes to do it, it's worth it, because everyone gets what they want, and you know what I mean, you either got it, the commentary, or you don't want it. It's as simple as that. So yeah, I'm going to be doing 2 of every video, which you can, as I've said before, if you look through the videos you'll see I've already done that. So yeah, that's my reason for it really, is to just a place where you can all come, chill out, watch a film quality game, which believe me, most of these games that I'm putting on here, the stories are absolutely awesome. They really are, really deep, immersive stories. They're brilliant, and I don't see why people should miss out on them just because you don't play games for whatever reason. So yeah, that's the reason for it. In the future, where I'd like to take the channel, obviously all depending on if it takes off, if people decide to click the subscribe button. And thank you to everybody that's clicked it so far as well. I really appreciate your support, I really do, because that's the only way this channel's going to grow, and it's the only way I'm going to be able to put into effect all the ideas I've got for this channel, which there's a lot of ideas I've got for this channel, but it all depends on how big the channel gets basically. I mean, short term, I'd love to start being able to get in contact with some game devs, and go in and visit them, you know, on where they actually make the games, in their office complexes or whatever. Get an interview with some of the game developers about the games when they made them, and the story behind them, and the driving force of making the game itself. And also, I want to be able to take people along with me, some of you guys that are like-minded, that enjoy these games as much as I do, to come along with me and take you to these places with me and let you experience it as well, because it's not just about me doing this and fulfilling my dream. I want to take you guys along with me as well, because it's a community of people, like-minded people that love these sort of games. So yeah, I'd have to, obviously, if it gets to that, I'd have to do some sort of raffle or competition or something to pick who I can take with me to go on these trips, and obviously we'd have a laugh together and enjoy it. It'd be a road trip. So that's short term what I'd like to do. In the longer term, I'd love to be able to acquire a property where I can just fill it with everything gaming. So every games console that's ever been made, get loads of gaming PCs set up on a LAN so that we can all game together and stuff like that. Just a chill out zone basically, you know, nicely done out, but in a gaming style. Loads of comfy sofas and bean bags and everything, all the consoles are set up like I say, where we can all just meet up, have a laugh, like-minded people, sit and chill and enjoy games, because it's all about gaming. I absolutely love games. I've been playing games since I was I must have been about 8-year-old, I think, when I first had my Spectrum Sinclair ZX128K, I think it was, something like that, and that's what got me started on games. And like I said, I was about 8-year-old, I'm 44 now, and I've had just about every single console stroke hybrid PC, you know, like the Amiga 600s and the Sega, what were the other one? I can't even remember. I can't remember the name of it now. But it was a bit like an Amiga 600. It was a built-in PC into a keyboard where you put a floppy disk inside of it and you could play your games. So that's when I first played like Monkey Island and things like that back in them days, and Broken Sword and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been gaming for a long time. So yeah, it's just about appreciation for these games and the work that goes into making them, and the amount of time and effort and story writing that goes into some of these games, because some of them are absolutely fantastic, which you'll see if you watch the videos that I put on. The stories are great. So don't be put off by whether you're into games or whether you enjoy the games that you've seen so far. Just go into this open-minded and watch some of these, because believe me, if you enjoy films, then you'll enjoy these. And because I'm doing them in an hour-long episodes, it'll be like watching, say, Game of Thrones or whatever other TV series you're into. Do you know what I mean? Because that's why I'm doing an hour-long episode, so you can either binge and watch a few back to back, or just watch one after work, and then tomorrow watch another after work. It's entirely up to you. That's just the reason why I've done them in hour long. So they're not too long. They're enough that you can just come on, have a brew or a beer, like I say, flick one on for an hour, and just get into the game. Because they are absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I've done with the channel, where I want to take it and stuff like that. My rig that I'm using at the moment is it's a home-built PC that I've made, gaming PC. I've had it for near on a couple of years now, I think. I bought the graphics card that's in it at the height of the great GPU inflation. It's an RTX 3060, which now you'd probably get for around 300-400 quid. But back then, when I bought it, I think I paid near on 800 quid for it, 800-900 quid, which is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But I didn't have a choice. That's how bad it was for graphics cards at the point. I was lucky to get it, in all honesty. So yeah, like I say, I've got an RTX 3060. As I see it at the moment as well, because I did think of upgrading my RTX 3060 to maybe a 3080 or maybe a 4070 4080 now, because the 40 series is out. But to be honest, at this point in time, where the electric prices are as they are with the inflation and everything, I'm happy with 3060, because the price to performance I get out of that is fabulous. I mean, it uses hardly any power at all compared to, say, a 3080 or a 4080 or whatever, which would probably use double, if not more, of the power that does. And I get the performance out of it that I need, because these story-based games are your most system-intensive games. Not like open-world games and first-person shooters and stuff like that can get really hard for your system to run. These sort of games don't seem to be that bad to run. I mean, they have got really good graphics, don't get me wrong, like the latest one I played, The Devil in Me, of the Dark Pictures anthology, because that's the newest game and it's got ray tracing and everything like that. I've noticed a few stutters, but then I am playing it in Ultra HD with ray tracing on and on Ultra settings, so for a 3060 to do that, it does what I need it to. I can always pull it back down a little bit if it starts dropping frames and stuff like that too much. So yeah, at the moment I've no plans to upgrade the 3060 until the price of the electric comes down, because it's ridiculous. I mean, the amount of electric I use already so far, it's unbelievable. So I don't really plan on putting a graphics card in there that's just going to bankrupt me. There's just no point, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my graphics card. I've got it slightly overclocked using MSI Afterburner. I can't remember what settings. I think I've done plus 200 on the core clock, and is it plus 1000 on the memory? I think, don't quote me on that because I can't remember, but I think those are my settings. The processor I'm running is Ryzen 5 5600X, so it's 6 core, 12 threads. Decent little gaming CPU, to be honest. I don't really need to upgrade that at the moment. I don't seem to have any bottlenecks with that. I've also got that overclocked. I'm using CTR to overclock that, which I've got it running at just under 5 gig, I think it is. But I've also got a hybrid overclock going on it, so I don't want to go too deep into that because it might be a bit too technical for people that aren't really into that, so I don't want to bore people to sleep with all technical details. But I've got it running at around 5 gig, which drops off a bit if it's not needed, basically. It's like a hybrid overclock. So yeah, that's me graphics card and my processor. I'm using a Tomahawk Max B450 motherboard. Again, no need to upgrade that at the moment, it seems to be running fine. There's no bottlenecks. I'm using, I think it's 32 gig of DDR4 memory running at 3600 megahertz. So again, fine, 32 gig is fine for the moment, there's no need to upgrade that. It's still pretty fast RAM, so that's fine. I'm running on the processor, sorry, as well. I've got an all-in-one water cooling system in, a Cooler Master one. which keeps temps down on the processor enough that I've been able to overclock it to nearly 5 gig. What else? I mean, oh yeah, I've got me main directory that Windows is on is a PCI Express SSD. I've got as my games directory, I've got a normal SSD. But other than that, yeah, but that's all I need to mention really. This is me gaming headset that I use. It's Corsair Virtuoso SE. Really good 7.1 surround gaming headset, and that's the mic that's on the gaming headset that I do my commentary over the games on. It's a really good studio quality mic on them, and I mean a really good mic for what it is. You won't believe the sound quality out of that. It's absolutely awesome. So yeah, really good headset. That's my daily driver controller that I use. It's Xbox Elite Series 2. Granted, it's an expensive controller, but it is a really good controller. It feels nice in your hand. It's nice and chunky and heavy, and it comes with a lot of attachments that you can take on and off and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's a really good joypad. I really enjoy gaming on that, and that's just my spare, my other Xbox joypad for obviously for 2-player and stuff like that. But other than that, babes, there's no really else to say. I mean, that's my equipment. That's what I'm using so far. Obviously, as we go along, I'll be upgrading. Like I said, I'll be waiting until the power drops a bit first, because that uses power nicely for what I need it to at the moment. So I'm not going to be doing much in the form of upgrading yet until things start slowing down a bit with these frigging prices that we're all facing. The camera that I've bought, really in error, bought a GoPro Hero 7. I thought with it being a 4K camera it'd be fine for this sort of thing, but what I didn't realise is with the GoPros, because they're action cams for outdoors like mountain biking and things like that, when you use them indoor in low light situation or unnatural light, it tends to lower the resolution. So although I'm filming in 4K, it doesn't always look like 4K. Well, to my eyes it doesn't anyway. So yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say, is there? Apart from that, this is my rig. I've told you what I want to do with channel, and what I want to do in future and why I've made it. So yeah, this is Immersion Gaming. Welcome. Thank you for visiting my channel. I hope you find something on it that you enjoy, and that my content is enjoyable for you basically. And if it isn't, feel free to contact me. I've put the email at the top, the Facebook page. There's also a Patreon there for anybody who wants to support us that way. Put any comments under the video, you know what I mean. I appreciate if you could like the videos as well if you like them. But any comments that you put on there, I will read them as soon as I can, and I'll get back to you on them. Any feedback you've got, any ideas, anything, just put anything you want in there and I will gladly read through it. And as always, if you want to support me on it, and enable me to put into practice the things that I've just told you about for future and make this channel bigger, the best way you can do this as always is to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and if you want to be notified when I put a new video on, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button, and that will let you know when I put a new video on. So yeah, other than that, peeps, welcome to Immersion Gaming. I hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to speaking to you all very soon. So take care, peeps. Bye.